Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, this show that may or may not be 5 minutes. Today in the news, once again, Activision Blizzard. Did y'all know that Bobby Kotick is CEO of Activision Blizzard? Now, I know what you're thinking. Jesse, yeah, of course we knew that. Wasn't he already CEO? Oh, yes. But there was the possibility he wouldn't be anymore, because Bobby Kotick was re-elected as CEO by the board of directors for another year in the shareholder meeting they had yesterday. That's right. Despite efforts by employees, despite efforts by outside groups, despite efforts by the government, despite efforts by some shareholders, the man who was the head of the company through all of its problems was rewarded with another year as CEO. And when it comes to those problems, Activision Blizzard said they will carefully consider whether to go ahead with a proposed report on their efforts to address the alleged workplace harassment within the company if 2/3 of shareholders vote to approve it. Yet, the vote would be non-binding. And if you're not really sure what that means, let me give you an example. Let's say I let you all take a vote on whether I continue these stories about Blizzard's downward spiral to becoming the worst video game company in the world, and you all say, no, stop. Well, if it's non-binding, I don't have to listen. In fact, I could do a whole segment about how WoW Classic is offering you the ability to buy player boosts, thus defeating the whole point of WoW Classic in order for them to make a few extra bucks if I wanted to. What? I said I'd take it into consideration. Non-binding, bitch! Consistent with our ongoing commitments, we will carefully consider the proposal to enhance our future disclosures. Activision Blizzard remains deeply committed to a respectful, welcoming workplace for all colleagues. A statement from the company read. But let's be clear, I don't believe them. Look at people's actions, not their words. Would a company attempting to change keep the man who oversaw the troubles into nothing? Would they be given a chance to have an employee rep on the board of directors and that gets shot down by only 5% voting in favor of it? Would a meeting of this importance only last 20 minutes and have no questions if they cared? Again, Activision Blizzard does not care about you. Only money. Come on. In other news, what is going on with gaming conventions? Look, I very much understand that we are in a pandemic. Yes, it's still happening. I just had a friend catch COVID the other day. But just like how E3 was a no-go this year or last year, the year before, and while they promise they'll come back, we'll see, Gamescom is now taking hits as well. In a statement issued to German publication Games Wirtschaft, PlayStation confirmed it would not be at the event this year, the first Gamescom back since the pandemic started. Other companies like Nintendo and Take-Two will not be attending as well. In fact, of all the major publishers, only Bandai Namco, THQ, and Koch Media have confirmed. And Gamescom appears to be trying to go out of its way to accommodate with both in-person and online stuff. And having been to Gamescom, let me tell you, I personally don't know that I would go, mostly because every time I've been there, like zombie hordes in movies, not the runny zombies, but the walkie zombies, the ones that are like walk in like big packs. That's what it's like the entire time. It's crazy. I've never seen so many people in my life. So I get it. And as a big gaming company, you probably have to evaluate things like that. Your worker safety, the fan safety, just the games in general. What did you get done while people were working from home? It seems, at least at the moment, that more and more big companies and big names are saying no to showing off games in a public setting in favor of just doing their own streams and events. I imagine it's easier on the budget, it's easier to control the message of what you want to show, and honestly, I think you get more people involved when you can do it online. I don't know. I think I understand it. Could it be that the pandemic showed AAA publishers they don't need things like E3 or Gamescom or whatever, and maybe conventions will become more like PAX, where it's a lot of indie and AA titles, and the AAAs will just kind of do their own thing? I don't know. What do you think about all this? Are you excited to go back to cons? Are you still wary? Are you kind of over it and just want to watch on a stream? Or do you think cons are just kind of the victim of the moment, and once all this passes, everything will kind of return to normal? What's your vibe? Let me know in the comments below. Also, speaking of vibes, get good vibes, oh boy, over at patreon.com/Jesse Cox, where you can hang out with amazing people like Hope Leona, Daniel Burke-Bickler, and Miguel Sonera. That's it for the show. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow for another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News.